Alrighty, it's time to jump on the bandwagon. This is part 2 of my 10-year anniversary cosplay redo. I stumbled upon my first cosplay a few months ago and I realised 2022 marks 10 years of cosplay for me, so I have decided to redo that cosplay. That cosplay and character is of Kagome Higurashi from Inuyasha. I am using this pattern to help me put it together. In part 1 I made the skirt. Skirt is all done. This video we're going to continue and get the shirt done. I cut out all my material that I needed for the shirt the day I started on the skirt. So we're gonna flash back into the past and I will show you just some bits sped up of me just cutting out the material and babbling about how I think I'm going to be putting it together. Okay, I'm a little bit confused with the scarf and I think the collar. I'm just gonna following the pattern so that hopefully when I put it together it'll all make sense. I've got this folded over again, so these edges are on the fold. I need to make 2 of the scarves, just one of these, and then also one of these. So this is, yeah, I don't understand what it means by front facing. So this is front facing, this bit here is the back facing. So this bit here attaches to this bit here. I cannot figure out right now how that fits together or where it does, but I will cut these 2 pieces out, then I will do another scarf side for a top and a bottom, I guess, because then I put interfacing in between that. So when I cut this out a second time, I'll make this piece fit on there. Alrighty, so I've got the other scarf and whatever the heck this bit is. So we shall cut them out, and then I think we've just got the cuffs and something else to do with the scarf to cut out with this material. Okay, last of the shirt stuff pinned in place. We've got the sleeve cuffs here. This is, I think on the pattern they just called it a knot. So that will go around my scarf to kind of like, so this is like the bit here and the scarf will come out here. And all that over there, that's kind of the front chest panel, I guess. That kind of raises the neckline a little bit. This bit here is folded over because of course I have 2 arms, so I need 2 cuffs. Yeah, let's get going. So I'm working on the scarf or the tie now. So you have to cut these pieces out one at a time. I did have it folded, the material folded over just before, but just before I was about to cut it, I realized the right and the wrong sides of the material are probably not going to match up because I need 2 of these, and then on this part here they are sewn together, and then so this part here is basically
the back of your neck, and that hangs around your shoulders like that. So I think I realized if I had folded the material over and cut it out once, when I sew them together here, I'll have opposite right and wrong sides of the material facing the same side. Technically with this material, I don't think you'll actually notice it, but I'll know it's there. So I unpinned them. I've got it single now. I'm going to cut this out, then I'll cut the other piece, and then that's done. And that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Okay, so we've just got the actual shirt to cut out now. This is the front, I think. That's the back. That's the sleeve. Unfortunately, I don't have enough room on the edges that I would like to cut them out together. Technically, it should be fine, but I'm just on the selvages or the edges there, so the shoulders will have that different kind of ending to them. And technically, wearing the, I don't even know what it's called, the over the shoulder thing, let's just keep calling it all scarf, doesn't matter if it's the red bit, doesn't matter if it's the green bit. So technically while wearing that, the shoulders won't be seen, but I think I would rather not have it there in the first place. So I'm going to cut all of these out somewhat individually, so I've got all the space that all the space I need, and it will look nice. Woo! Everything is cut out. So following the instructions on the pattern, I need to do stay stitching on the neckline. Didn't know what that was, so I looked it up. So stay stitching, I just need to do a stitch going into the neckline like that. And its purpose is to help the Its purpose is to help the neckline not stretch. And if you are wearing a garment and the front bit is a bit flimsy, that sort of thing, that's apparently what it prevents. So the video I watched, I might put that in the description so you can have a look too. It needs to be a bit closer in to where you would stitch if you were to put this together apparently. So it says I need to start on the outside and then go in, so I need to make 2 stitches. I guess we just gotta do it. We just gotta do it. Hopefully you can see my stitching line. And that's a stay stitch apparently. So that was the back piece that we just stay stitched. And then so we've got the front. So this one we need to start at the middle and then go out that way. So we just do the same.
Alright, we've got that done there. Don't know how well you can see it, but I don't know if I should have like crisscrossed them over like that. I didn't know how far to go, but whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Dun dun dun! Well, they look like they're alright, so yeah. Next we need to press all the seams so that everything looks smooth and such. So I'll do a bit of ironing. I accidentally sat on my shirt, my front part, so that's all crinkly. So it's just time to do some ironing. I hope this is how you do it, 'cause I don't know. Now that that's all done, we just have to clip together the shoulders and sew that together. I think it's looking alright so far. It's a good height along my hips sort of thing, so that's pretty cool. We're up to working on the collar next, but I'm gonna have a bit of a break, have some lunch, and then get back to it after that. I'm back from lunch! I'm so excited! I have a friend's birthday party later on tonight, so I just did a wardrobe test just to make sure that what I had in mind was gonna look good. And it looks freaking adorable! I'm gonna be a picnic! Put up a photo or a video of how adorable I'm gonna be looking that night, tonight, whatever. And guess what? I made the skirt and the waistcoat. It's kind of funny because I keep saying how much I don't really like them because things did not work out in how I made them, but I keep wearing them because they're still cute. But enough of that, let's get back to business. We're working on the collar next, and we need to put the trim or the ribbon or whatever on the edge here. Before we do that, technically the instructions are telling me to put the interfacing on one of the wrong sides of the collars. Considering how the skirt came out, I reckon with 2 layers of the collar that's going to be stiff enough as it is that I don't need interfacing. I have a stash of interfacing in my cupboards or drawers, so I knew that because it says I need interfacing, I knew I would have that if I needed it, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. So I think I need to put the ribbon 3 centimeters from the edge, and then I'm pretty sure Kagome has 2 stripes with her uniform, so I'll double check before I do that. But basically I just need to go all the way around here with some ribbon, and then that's what we gotta do.
think I'm going to neaten up this bit because I don't like it very much. And then we'll come back to both of them done. As it turns out, Kagome only has one band, so that's cool. I'm going to stitch this in place now, and then after that it is attaching both sides of the collars together. I'll just show you the end results of these bits because my phone is kind of running out of room for video footage. So let's stitch this, stitch the other things together, and I think we'll leave it there for today. If you're doing something that has a curve to it, it's good to make these cuts. You can make the triangles or you can just do straight cuts around the curve. It just helps that when you flip it out, it does keep its curve and doesn't look bad. The corners are also cut so it's not as bulky. Immediately after I did this corner, I realized I should have put a curve or a diagonal to it, like I did with this one, because again, it just helps make it look a little nicer. I think what's left to do on this is the edges need to be folded down and then I sew them, but I'm running out of time. I want to have a shower and I want my hair to have time to dry before I need to get ready for tonight. So I'm going to leave it there and we'll come back in a bit. Whew, it's been a hot minute since we've been back at this. And I suppose that's what happens when life happens and you have a mental breakdown midweek. Yay! I've been struggling for the past 10 minutes trying to understand the instructions. So we've got it inside out. We've got these cut, they're sewn together. From the video that I just watched, the next step it says to turn the collar and press. Now, I was thinking that it was saying you need to turn these bits over and then press. And then it says the raw edges need to be basted together, but then I'm thinking, wait, what? If they're folded over like this and then they're basted together, how do I flip it out? So what I need to do is literally turn it over. Oh my god. And now I need to press all these seams. Edges all pressed. The next step, it says to machine baste raw edges together. So I'm going to do really big stitches on the sewing machine and then just go all along here, and hopefully that's the right thing to do. I just tried seeing how spaced out I can get the stitches. I don't know, I kind of think I want them a little bit longer than this one, but I think other than doing it by hand, that's the best I can do if I do it on the sewing machine. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, we've got our basting done. Time to have a look at the next step. Okay, this was extremely confusing. So what we need to do now, we're attaching the collar to the shirt. So what we have to do is, in this one, it's showing us that we just attach the collar to the shirt. Like, I don't know what the problem is. So I've got my collar, back side here, got the back of my shirt here. From the looks of it, oh yeah, that's probably where it needs to go. Okay, so now we've just got to put them together on the necklines. Oh, look at that, that's so easy. So now we've got this pinned in place. Yep, on outside, pin collar facing side to neck edge, matching centers, and placing small dots at shoulder seams. Baste, if necessary, clip neck edge of back to basting. Be careful not to cut through stitching. I will be annoying to myself, and I think I will hand baste this because I'm not sure how I'm going to put this in the sewing machine. I'm sure it would be fine to do, but I think visually it seems like to me hand basting these together is going to be better. I was just thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure to baste you don't need to worry about knotting at the end. Oh, what do I do? Oh. Oh, you won't believe this. I just broke my frickin' needle. Oh, what a day. from what I know / what I learned about basting, basting is basically like pinning it, but obviously with thread, so it's not all in the way. So that is basted. The next thing we need to do is, I don't really know what part of the collar this is. I think I need to get this out the way. So now we've got this other collar thing that we need to put together. And it's really annoying because all it says it is front facing sort of piece and back facing, and I'm hella confused at what they're actually meant to be. But anyway, so we need to put interfacing on the pieces. I have one good interfaced piece and one poorly interfaced piece. I've got all my bits and pieces. This is the interfacing I have for it. So there are two sides to it, so I can iron it on. This side is a bit more of a smooth material side. The side that you want on the wrong side of your material, it's got a rough texture, so I'm going to iron them now because the rough texture that it's got here, that's actually a glue that you'll heat up with the iron, and then that will stick onto the material, and you can still put sewing machine stitches and such through that. So we're going to iron the interfacing on, and then what we need to do is overlock the two pieces here. We're now going to overlock the shoulders here together. From looking at the instructions for the next step, we will need to overlock the edges here as well. Well, I'm going to do that because then we'll need to flip and curl those over to sort the seam out for that. So we got just a bit of overlocking to do right now. So since this is at the back of my neck, I think I'm going to try and, with these stitches, I'm going to try and overlock them that way so that this bit points towards my back. Okay, so now we've got these, the shirt and the collar attached, well, with basting. And now we've got whatever the heck this thing is done. So what we need to do now, we need to attach this onto here. So basically the same thing that we did with the collar and shirt. So we need to put this over like this, kind of on the outside, so that when we flip it over, we've got all our seams neat that way. It is time to get pinning again, but first I'm gonna put the oven on so I can have my lunch when I'm done. What's up? Gonna put the oven on so I can put the pies on so I can have lunch. I'm nearly finished. Well, kind of. I can get the collars done today, hopefully, and then I need to go to parkour in a bit, in a couple hours.
Yeah, because I was like, if this time I'm not perfecting.
And now, with all my years of supposed sewing experience, I should now be smart enough with all these layers to not put it in my overlocker and stuff up my overlocker again because it's had too many layers. So we are going to stitch them together. We will probably need to do a zigzag stitch at the end to seal off the ends. I can't remember the name for it or whatever, but it's a bit tricky to put it in, but I think the way I've done it is all right. So let's get this attached. I should do the zigzag stitch now before I leave the sewing machine and never want to come back. Lunch will be ready by the time I get this done, so let's just get this done. So let's see what we got here. So we got our zig to the zag. I don't know how well that looks with the camera, but I will. I'm not sure how neat I did this bit, but I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. Well, it's kind of looking how it's supposed to look, and now that we've done that, we just gotta, pretty sure, do a flip. Oh, maybe I'll have to press these edges as well. I'll probably have to do that. Get in there. Well, whatever I'm doing, it's not working at all. Let me check the instructions. Okay, immediately I have stuffed up, like what we did with this bit. So the curved bit, we cut some seams along the edges so that the corners could round a little easier. We needed to do the same with this instead of doing the zigzag stitch like I just frickin' did. So what I am going to do, I am going to very carefully try and make some cuts between some of these zigzags so that they're still together, but they do have that split around it. So I don't know, I'm just trying to avoid having to unpick it, and yeah, I hate unpicking. Okay, that is it for the day. My lunch is ready. Look, I've pressed the seams down, but I've got no idea what's going on with this thing in the middle. Like I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what the next lot of instructions are because they're on the other sheet and I don't know where that is right now. Ooh, all things considered, this actually ain't looking too bad. Alright, well, as you just heard, my lunch is calling. That's all I'm gonna do for today, because if you cannot tell by the extra light in this room, it's a lovely day, so I'm gonna get my ass to parkour. If I do something cool, I'll put a video up. We will come back to this some other day. I told you I would show you videos if I did something cool, so I made sure to do something cool. Fun fact, next year, November 2023, that will actually be 10 years of parkour. And guess what? I joined parkour so I could be a better werewolf for Saya.